Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another Watcher of Realms video. My name's Jeremy. Today we're talking Guild v Guild. We are into our second season, second session of version 2.0 of Guild Wars. And I've picked up a few things that I hope you will find value in. So this video is kind of my tips and tricks on winning more attacks. And we're going to talk a little bit about defense as we kind of go through things. So it's not going to be one of those perfect bullet point number one on the list, but we're going to walk through kind of my approach to Guild v Guild, the things that I think through, the way that I do things, because I have literally only lost a couple of battles. So I hope you guys find this helpful, but let's not waste any more time. Let's dive right into it. Alright, so we are in game. We are ready to go. I was just farming Gear Raid 1 and I got a freaking Ancient Mythic piece. You're always so excited to see an Ancient Mythic piece. And then you look at it and it's like, hell on earth. It is Healing Effect. And it's got attack speed, rage regen, and Healing Effect. So, you know, maybe we put it on Elowin. Yeah, I don't know. I hope I can find use for it, but it's always a bummer. Like, you really want to see that with attack gear. Anyhow, that's an aside. Let's get into Guild v Guild. So, a couple things that I think are important to note, and kind of my first tip that I would give anyone approaching Guild v Guild is do not take your Demon Soldier and your hero affiliation lightly. And understand that it is not a static thing. It should be, if you're doing it right, is going to be an ever-evolving or a revolving door of hero to Demon Soldier affiliations. So everyone's going to kind of have their own meta, right? You're going to have a strategy. And in general, I use the free legendary we all got for completing the training. We get him for free. I have my strongest BP associated with him because I use him every time and I need him to tank and to beat the hell out of fighters. And that's what he does really well. Now, that being said, I also just unlocked the Fallen Templar. So I'm going to be adding him, these guys, in place of my Stitched Carrion. So obviously, you can see here, I don't have an affiliation. So first thing you got to do is make sure the Demon Soldiers you're going to be using, make sure they are affiliated, period. We're going to, come on. So I'm going to actually give Elowin to him. Now, I may end up losing some battles today because I'm not using these guys, but I hear that they are literally one of the best defenders in the game. So we're going to try some strategies with them. So bear that in mind as I brag about hardly ever losing my attacks. We are going to be doing a little bit of test and try as well. Because I've also started changing up my meta a little bit, because every season the meta is going to change in terms of defenses, and we've already seen that from the first season to this season. A lot of people have changed up their defenses, so we have to take that into account. So I always like to have my big tanks. I like to have a defender, a fighter, tank, defender, healer if you can get them. I really don't use these guys yet. I might try them out at some point. But besides these three, I go between mages and archers and the carrion hounds. Is that what they're called? Yeah, carrion hound. These are my fast boys. That's when I want to just bum rush the crystal at the end of the match. If I got my fighters and defenders occupied, I'll launch them in. But I've been using the archers. I do not have the soul bond archers. They are getting nerfed. But I actually like these guys too, because you get two batches of 3. So you can send in 6, and it's almost like doing the work of the two soul bond archers. And they're really cheap. So they're easy to upgrade. I got these guys leveled to 4. But I'm gonna go in and I want to check all my affiliations. I need these guys to do a lot of damage. Valkyria is my 3rd highest, so I want my defender and my fighter to be the highest. but then I want my third highest to be whoever's going to be dealing the damage. The healer can just be a good carrier or a good hero, and then, you know, obviously both of these really, you just kind of want them survivable and to do some damage if they get stuck. So that is my first tip, you guys. Make sure you check your affiliations before going into the match. Now, if you're sitting here going, with Jeremy, I don't have Fallen Templars, I don't have mages. Well, let me fill you in on a little something. Tip number 2 is, if you are wondering, where the heck do I get those? If you come down, if you don't have them, you can come down here, like say, I really want these fighters. This little plus sign right here tells you right where to get them. So this guy you get from Gear Raid 3, Guild Boss, and Void Rift. This one here, Gear Raid 3. This one here, Gear Raid 2, if you want these flying lightning guards, I think they're called. I really want this guy. Gear Raid 1 is where you get him, or Guild Boss and Void Rift. So if you're wondering where you need to be farming to get a particular demon soldier, there you go. Obviously that goes away once you have them, which is kind of annoying because I don't remember what I was farming to get my Templars. So if I want to level them up, might be something I throw out at the devs. They need to leave that notice of where to farm on there. So devs, if you're watching. So those are my first 2 tips, guys. Make sure your affiliations are set, but also if you change your team, you have to go in and re-affiliate. Don't just affiliate all your soldiers and then leave it. Because if you're going to switch out mages and archers, you're going to want that affiliation to move so that your damage dealers have the most power to be able to deal the damage if that's the kind of attack you're going for. Most of the time you're going to go for the bum rush strategy, but I think the meta is changing depending on who people are using in their defenses. So let's go ahead and march to battle. We literally just started round 2. We won round 1 as a guild, but we are already winning Arca. So let's march to battle. So first thing I always like to do, I like to come in here and see, I haven't been attacked yet. Let's see. Yep, no battle record on either team. So that's always fun. Just to kind of show you guys, I did want to talk a little bit about the defenses. One thing that there were some teams that gave me hell on earth. So since last season, I actually 6-starred Brokir. And then I have re-geared everybody a little bit. So the teams that I'm using, let's see, let's go to Garrison team. We're sitting at 292 and 286 respectively for BP. So I'm not like high BP. I'm not in the 380s, stuff like that. My gear is just really handicapping me. But couple things you need to know, because there are defenses when you go through and look that are just like, oh, that's a walk in the park. That's a really easy one. But this layout right here gave me an absolute fit. So you need more than just a fighter. You need more than 2 fighters. You need a minimum defender and a fighter. But I really liked the layout that I went against with Wrath over here. Obviously, he has a self-heal, so he doesn't need to be in Eloin's range. But when they stack up against Brokir and he's just freezing them, Wrath is just over here going to town on him. While Zillatu, who is arguably my most powerful single-target damage dealer, is just sitting there burning them down. And Razak is just AoEing, the hounds and stuff to death. So, I can block 5 here. So a good bum rush will still get by, period. But the hope is that Brokir will be freezing them. And then we got Eloin for the heals and for the rage regen to keep our girl back here just popping off. So I'm going to see how this works. Again, meta's going to change all the time, but it worked really well against me. Hopefully, if I don't need to move Wrath into the middle, because I don't want him dying either. So that's that one. And then my second team, this was another kind of a layout that was giving me fits, but I really like Valkyra. I have struggled against her coming up with strats to get around her, but Olog obviously can block 3. Valkyra just does multi-target damage, and she has a range that stretches all the way out here. So when they send in hounds and spiders, she pops her ultimate. She's just ripping through all that light stuff while Olog holds her. So they can block 5. Cetrum's doing physical damage. Hex is out here doing magic damage. I mean, between these 3, it's brutal, and that's probably why no one's attacked me yet, because these are difficult teams to go against. Now, the BP, which is going to bring me, well, my second tip, or my second, third, I don't even know. I'm not even going to officially number them, but we'll call it my third tip since I had 2 in the affiliation thing. But my third tip is bring a defender every time in your defenses. Always have a defender, and preferably maybe even 2 defenders or 2 fighters to go with your defender. You're going to need to account for the bum rush from fast movers. If you can't do enough damage, you're going to need to block and do a stall out technique. So I'm trying to do a blend of block and damage. So that's where I'm at. Next up, and my next big tip, and this one might not be your favorite tip of this group, but the idea of punching above your weight. If you go through here, let's just take a look here. If I look at it, 378k, unless just sheer power may not win it. They still have to have a good layout and a good defensive strategy. But there is probably no way in hell with my 290 BP that I'm going to defeat this. So my tip number 4 is you should not be trying to punch very far above your weight. Now, that brings me to my next tip, which is if you come in here and everyone is above your weight, it might be time to look for a different guild. I hate to break it to you and be the bearer of bad news, but you need to be in a guild that is in a similar situation as you, that are attacking the same guild boss, that are at, their BP teams are the same BP as yours. Otherwise, you're never going to win an attack. So I know this because I joined a guild with my free-to-play no summons just so I could fight guild boss and do all that. But they are defeating Nightmare 3, they're attacking Nightmare 4, but Nightmare 1, 2, and 3 are pretty much defeated every day. I'm on easy. I'm nowhere near them, so I'm getting left in the dust from a guild standpoint, and potentially, I'm still coming off a cold, potentially losing out on contribution, and they are probably not benefiting from me being there, right? They can throw me in like the main garrisons, because no one ever gets to these, but that being said, change your guild if you are not finding battles that you can win. That being said, what I like to do when I come in, I got to search for battles that are right for me. Now, I don't go for the lowest BP always. I go for the ones that I think I can fight, and I am on the lower end just because my gear is just not there yet. So first thing I do, I like to look at the most attacked fortifications. So this one, because I don't know about you, but I like finishing them. I like killing them to the end, like bringing them down. But we got Lols. He's got one team at 314k. He's bringing in a defender and a fighter. And Regulus, you guys, if you don't know this, Regulus is absolutely amazing for this. I know a lot of people are like, oh, I pulled a Regulus. But he is absolute god tier for Guild v Guild, because he basically, if you have a healer on him, he cannot be killed. So, and he blocks 3. If you put an Olog's Wall on him, he's blocking 4. And then, the thing about Valeria is she is fairly easy to kill in this. So a bum rush strategy, the biggest fear in a comp like this is Comet. Silas with a single target usually can't handle a bum rush, but Comet, if they're able to stall your fast boys, you're not going to be able to bum rush Regulus, because Comet will just destroy them when they get stalled out. So the other thing, I guess this would be tip number 5. You need to understand all the heroes in the comp. So these guys, I know all of these. I know massive AoE potential here. I know about his unkillable, unyielding, and his he does that orb around him that helps defend everyone in his range. Silas is just an absolute single target nuker. Valeria, same. She's a fighter that just does insane damage, especially when she gets low health. And you got Rage Regen, Queen, Healer over here in Elwyn. So, you're not going to probably get to Comet without getting through Regulus here. So, the nice thing is that Regulus is only blocking. So, if you can occupy all of these, then you are going to be able to use the bum rush strategy. So the idea here would be to bait Comet's ultimate out, send in a bunch of overwhelm in your defenders and your fighters, and then rush them, right? Like try to pick off the Eloin, try to pick off Valeria. I'm gonna try it. My demon soldiers, I'm only at 203k BP, but I still think we can do this. I do need to change the team because I did want to pull this guy out. The BP is really low, actually. I forgot because Carry-On's in there. If we put him in there, 266. So let's see. 5. Actually, that might not be a good strat. I guess it's only one cost difference. Let's try it. I may lose you guys because I am in test and try phase. I'm not saying you are going to win every battle. I'm just hoping these tips will kind of give you some more ideas. I've been very successful in my attacks, but this isn't necessarily a guide on winning every battle. I hope you win more battles because of this. So let's get after it because I want to finish this garrison off. Actually, I can't finish it, right? It hasn't been attacked yet. Okay, so we got Ragnarok. So first thing I do, tip number 5 or 6 or wherever we're at in the tips, always let your cost get all the way up before you start deploying stuff. It's really dumb not to. So first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to send in that guy, and then I'm going to send in that guy. Okay, so we got a fighter and a defender. They're going to bait all the ultimates. Ooh, he's getting whopped pretty good. Send in a healer. See, Regulus, all the ults are popped now. So now we're going to double down on that. Whoop. Got to land your placements. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to start sending in archers. Because Comet, they'll stop and start shooting before Comet does his thing. We already got one through. Between all of them, they should take out Valeria. Yep, Comet's ult just went crazy. All right, we're going to have to go for the bum rush now that his ult is done. We're going to get 1 past. I think that's about it. I think we're going to get 2 past. So I think if I were to redo this one, so I'm not unhappy with it. Yeah, it's considered a defeat, but I still got 2 of the shields. So we still did damage, right? We did 20 out of 30. So I consider that a victory. You should too. If you get 1 hound through, that's a win, right? Because you're helping your team, you're depleting HP. Now I'm punching quite a bit above my weight. I probably should not be doing this, but I wanted to try. So until I get my Templars boosted, I don't want to use these guys. For one, Stitch Carry-On, he can take a lot more damage. So we're gonna go in here. I'm gonna unaffiliate. Oops. Until I can get him leveled up a little bit more, because my Carry-Ons are at least level 2. So we're gonna go back to my original strategy. I just want to see if it's a little bit cheaper. I'm wondering if I don't bring the archers. They didn't do a lot for us. They ended up dying pretty quick because they are squishy. They're not the red ones. Let's bring in our spiders. Let's get them affiliated with Valkyra. So let's just try a full bum rush strategy. So the idea here is going to be to jabate the ultimates. And then we're going to just go full rush. That's going to be the strat. 243. Oh, cancel. There we go. Nope. Pull him. Add spiders. They're only 2 costs, so we can... There we go, 268. Okay, so let's try this. So this is the thing, guys. There is test and try, but I know the battles I can win, and those are the ones you guys should be fighting. If you're struggling to win, don't punch above your weight. Go for garrisons and fortifications that you know you have a shot at. All right, let's send Fat Boy in. Now I'm gonna let it rebuild because we got to get their ultimates off. We do not want those ultimates hitting our little guys. Use your healers. Farm healers. You're going to want to farm healers. Comet's still just going crazy. Let's just go for the spiders here. Boom, boom. Oh, look at that. Just overwhelmed Regulus. I mean, that was literally the free legendary, some stitched carry-ons, 1 healer, and 2 batches of spiders, and we got a triple. So, maybe that's my new strategy. The 3, like having the 3 packs of fast movers, and my spiders are level 4. So they're a little squishy, right? But that worked. Now this one, even though their BP is only 307k, they're blocking. I mean, you don't know where the Olog's walls. That could be a block of 8, and Comet could just sit there and wreck you. So I'm not even gonna try this one. It doesn't do you any good, guys. It does you no. If you're gonna lose, it does you no good. If you can at least pick off 1, okay, that can help. But you have all these other options. You have 4 different places where you can go place your attacks that you know you can win. I'm just going to look through them here, see if there's anything close to dead. This one's close to dead. BP looks good. What do we got here? Valkyra. So she, unless you can kill her, she's going to rip through my fast movers. Tip number 7, you guys. This has obviously been beat. If I can do this a similar strategy, we can beat it as well. So we're going to go look at battle record. Watch the replays, guys. So if you don't know how to read this, because it's like, is that a defeat of the defense or is that a defeat of the attackers? Well, obviously, those are the only things that are defeated, and it's down to 30 points. So obviously, this defeat means that the defense was defeated. The left side, this is the result. If it said victory, that means not that the attacker was victorious, but the defender was victorious. So hopefully that helps. I was confused on that for a little bit, had to figure it out. It is what it is. You're like, you're an idiot. That was easy. So I'm going to go in, I'm going to watch the replay. And this is my next tip, guys. Watch replays. Take your time. If you don't know these heroes that you're going up against, you need to go out before you make your attack. You need to go out and look at the heroes and understand their skill sets. Okay, he soul bond archers. Oh, he just straight killed everyone with the archers. I don't have those. I don't have those. However, I do have the other archers. So this is going to be fun. So we know that, and I don't know our attacker's BP. Does it tell us that? No, it does not. But we know the strategy that worked. So we're going to come in here. I'm going to attack this one. 3 fighters. No defenders, guys. Defenders are tankier and they block more. I would bring a defender, not fairly easy to kill attacker. So I'm going to get rid of my carrion hounds actually on this one. I like the spiders. They're a little higher level. And there's 3 in a batch, so you can throw in 6. But I also want to bring in my archers, but they're not affiliated. So you might just switch your team around and go, but you need to make sure your affiliations are set. Again, this is something you should do every single battle. I'm actually going to give Valkyra to him because I want him doing damage. And then my spiders now need an affiliation. We are going to go with this swap out because these are my new carrion hounds. Or that's the place that they're taking on the team. So we're going to go with this. Got our archers to hopefully do the same thing that the Soulbond archers did. And then if we don't get through them with this initial strike, then we can rush them with spiders once we've killed off a couple of them. Hopefully I have the BP to kill them. I ran into that yesterday with the first batch that I watched the replay. I was like, oh, I can do that. And realized quickly, he must have had way higher BP than me. Because I couldn't kill them and they just sat there getting healed. All right, we're going to send in the cheaper fat boy to go in and bait ultimates. Look at that. They're just tickling him. It's awesome. I love it. Do that. And then the next batch is going to be our archers. Boom. Uh-oh. Okay, Hatsit. Ultimate. Dead. Hatsit's dead. Wrath is dead. It's just that easy, guys. Your blue demon soldiers are just fine. You do not have to have all the legendaries. We literally walked through that with almost no risk. That Hatsit is just not enough damage when you throw in these big boys, and we get those big boys for free. All right, tip number 8. And Ash said this in his video, Fastidious. Run it back. If you won, there's no reason not to just auto fight the next one. You don't need to change up the strat. It worked. Run it back. Get the dub. Get the HP knockdown for your guild. If you find something that's successful, just run it back and do it again. So that's what we're going to do here. Whoa, okay, Aeon, I see you. Oh, wait a minute. What the heck happened? That was a different team. What just happened? I mean, it's still the same strategy, still worked. What? Oh, I went up against Team 1. Interesting. I clicked the wrong thing, but that strategy still worked. Heck, let's do it again. Oh, it moved to Team 1 because I finished Team 2. But that worked solid, so let's do that again. All right, there it is. Got a 2 dubs on Team 1. We literally finished off the entire garrison with the same strategy. Or fortification. I can't remember the names. Don't judge me. Boom. 2 teams dead. Sanma completely defeated. How many more attacks? We got 3 more attacks. Let's see what do we got here. 276. We got Brokir, Lily, Zilla. Oh, this is a walk in the park, guys. Walk in the park. Watch this. So Abomination, they got him off to the side so he can do a cross. So he can do that damage. Brokir is just going to block a maximum of 4. These 2 are not going to be able to handle a bum rush from the spiders. Guaranteed. Let's just try this on auto fight. Let's just try the strat we've already used. This might be a meta strat, whether it's the Soulbond archers or the regular archers. The strat, to me, this should be the meta. You should be using this attack as much as possible. Sending in, jebaiting the ultimates, and then doing some form of, the legendary with a healer. The archers Idril should be dead here. Oh wow, Lily is a competent freaking little healer. But look at that. Our archers just walk through. Brokir, you cannot set up a defense with a single defender. Like, one bum rush strat's going to walk right through unless it's Brokir and he's freezing your team and the DPS isn't single target. Silas in Idril, that's not it. It's not it, fam. So I think that about covers my tips and tricks for today. You know, make sure you're in the right guild. Make sure your Demon Soldier affiliations are there every single round. Don't punch above your weight. Fight battles that you are more likely to win. And then use the strategy that I've just showed you, or some variation of. Your damage dealer might have to change up a little bit. I think the last thing I would point out, as far as that battle I just did, I didn't mention this. Honorable mention tip. When you come in here, understand that in general, now I've proven that this isn't always the case, but in general, if you have a fighter out here in front of your base of defenders, or I'm sorry, not a fighter, a hero, in front of your defender, your archers are going to target that furthest person out first. So now, that being said, Lily was actually healing Idril quite fast. So he's got his Lily set up really nice. I underestimated her healing power, but we were still able to knock that down. So that being said, honorable mention, final tip, be careful in your placements. Try to keep your damage dealers behind your defenders if you can. Because there are some different maps, right? These maps for your fortifications out here are different than these maps in here. And maybe we'll finish the video with that. Let's see if any of these are reasonable fights in the strongholds. 278. We'll go after this one. So our map is a lot different, right? Now, cool thing about this is the archers can generally reach these inside tiles, so we can maybe pick off Ezran pretty quick. You have two, basically, you have a defender and a fighter, so they can block 5. Vierna can do a lot of damage, so if they can stall long enough, Vierna will absolutely wreck our heroes. So this is, I'm not promising that my strat's going to work on this one, but we're gonna try it, because I want to show you guys these layouts as well. The meta right now is archers to kill off whoever is right here. So I still run the same play on the strongholds. Still send out my fat boy to bait ultimates. Ezran has that nice global heal. Silas single target. Isolde, she just has great. Ooh, okay. So we're gonna do that again. We're gonna run that, and then I'm gonna start stacking up some damage here with some healer action. Good shielding coming out. 5, 6. So let's do that. Ezran just drops like a rock. Now we just saw Vierna's ult pop off. Send Spidey's in. Should be able to get around. Oh, geez. Valkyra just wrecked me. Oh, that's sad. Yep, I don't think we're going to make it. Valkyra's ultimate goes forever. I didn't think about that. I should have known better. The Isolde goes down. We actually might still get this. As long as she doesn't kill... Well, as long as she doesn't kill him, we... Oh, we got 15 seconds, though. You got to get moving, bro. Stop shooting at her. Run! Run! I should have waited. I should have waited. The spiders didn't do us any good. Let's try... We got 2. All right, do we have one more fight? Come on. Sorry this video is longer, guys. I hope you find this entertaining or helpful. But we need to run that back. We got one more attack here. Yeah. We're not going to auto-fight this. We're going to send in... Alright, let's 2x this speed. I think we can do that. I think we got to get through these two, and then we can send our fast runners. Let's see. We don't want to do that yet. He's going to get melted. Okay, she's ulting. I'm just going to get all my big guys out there because the damage, until those ults come back around, the damage, oops, damage is not going to be so significant. All right, come on. Ezreal's dead. Get our legion of archers down. More healing. Kill Isolde. Come on. You guys can do it. Oh, wow. How did she get so healed up? Hopefully her ultimate's done by the time my spiders get there. Nope. Oh, we got one through. We're not going to make it, though. They're too slow. Ugh, man. They're able to stall just enough. God, we did worse this time. Should have just gone with the first strat. Dang it. Well, there you have it, guys. Archers are amazing. A good stall with a good AoE damage dealer. Prime for this comp. So I don't think we fully lost anything. We at least pulled a shield on every attack, which is what you're going for. I was doing a little test and trying to showcase a few different strats. But hopefully you guys found this helpful. If you did, make sure you subscribe, obviously. Support the channel. I'm trying to get better at the game so I can give you guys more quality content, more entertainment. But also, you know, comment on the video. Do you have any tips or tricks that you want to share that you have found useful? Do you like Guild v Guild? Let me know in the comments. Also, I got a lot of content coming out, you guys, so make sure you turn on notifications so you don't miss anything in the future. Have a great rest of your day, guys, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care.